let's go back in and talk to our friend Harry. Harry, are you there?
Your neighbor.
All right. Yeah, I was saying to you earlier that the senator was in the Senate asking for a raise, and the leader is up there criticizing the prime minister's raise. What a contradiction!
Well, it's something that we've seen in a neighbor. We've definitely seen it. In fact, let me put it in percentage wise, because the opposition leader did do that to the prime minister. Lambert Brown is asking for approximately 179% increase on a $53,000 stipend that they're given every week, and I believe Senate is what, once every Friday,
once a week, yes.
Right. So in essence, Lambert Brown is just asking to turn up, because the truth about the upper house is that not everybody speaks at one sitting. And as such, apparently Lambert Brown wants to come there and line his pockets until it's his time to go. Because the truth is, his contribution to the upper house has been one of diminishing return. And I say that with great respect.
Yes.
But he has not been able to bring any fresh ideas. He has not been able to move conversations forward. It is stuck in a rhetoric that is outdated and is becoming obsolete. And with tying that with what Andre Horton would have stated, the self-interest aspect of it's showing, right? Because the truth about it, when you look in the Senate, neighbor, that is just for you to give your service back to the country. Everybody in that Senate has a job.
That's how it was in previous years.
Yeah,
where the Senate was somewhere that people with a fine mind would go and make contributions that benefit their country. Should not be a job that they look for money for at all.
Exactly,
because they're not really political representatives. I understand that you can pay them a stipend for their transportation and things like that. But hold on there, Harry. You have a guest that wants to talk to you. Talk to him there.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good night, O'Keefe. You have to unmute, O'Keefe.
Come, sir. Prime time. Hello?
We're not hearing you. Your mic is muted.
Unmute the mic, the comrade.
Yeah, man. You hear me? You hear me now?
You know. Go ahead.
Oh yes, I'm listening, bro. I'm listening, and I think you talk just one-sided. You see why this country cannot move forward? We are just too one-sided, and sometimes we don't like to speak truth about.
Well, what about what I'm saying is not truthful, O'Keefe?
This government is not doing nothing to the country. The country is not moving forward, none at all.
What proof do you have that the country is not moving?
So,
let's not speak rhetoric and narrative. Let's speak facts, the truth, because that's what we're doing here.
All right. When we look at public sector wages and see the inflation, is the country moving forward with public sector wages and inflation rate?
Do you understand how inflation works, O'Keefe?
You explain to me. Tell me how inflation works.
No, this is your point. Let you flesh it out. Do you understand how it works?
No, you tell me. You tell me inflation.
I am not going to, O'Keefe. Tonight is
so I am telling you, according to inflation and the public sector wages, for example, the educators, the teachers in my sector, a teacher who has a master's degree, serving 30 years in the service, not going home. If he or she is not a senior teacher, they are not going home with $250,000 per month after tax.
Yeah, let's put that into perspective. You said for 30 years. How long has the administration been in power for?
11. This September going to be 11 years.
Going to be 10 years, right? And you said 30. What happened the 20 years before?
No, don't ask me about 20 years before.
Oh, no.
Don't ask me. Don't ask me that.
No.
Don't ask me that. Don't ask me that.
You've just spoken about 3 decades, which means this person has given the country 3 decades of their lives. And you want somebody who is there for 1/3 of that time to make the correction for 2/3?
No, don't ask me about that. Don't ask me about that. I'm going to ask you a question. I put someone, my school is failing.
Hold that thought. You said nothing is moving forward.
No, nothing's moving forward.
Isn't crime below 700 for the first time in 31 years? Isn't that moving forward?
Crime.
Answer the question, yes or no?
According to statistics.
Oh, no, don't come and do that rhetoric thing. We're having a conversation.
Yeah, statistics, crime gone down, yes.
Isn't that moving forward? Less Jamaicans are being unalived, which means retaining potentially more potential.
How long it takes this government for crime to go down?
What do you mean how long? Do you know where we're coming from with our...
Because you know that Andrew Holness is the crime prime minister.
No, you're dubbing him crime prime minister.
No, when we do statistics and show the amount of crime, the amount of murder under Andrew Holness different from 2025, he was ahead of PJ Patterson, who have
let me put this
14 years as a prime minister.
Yeah.
Okay, let me put this into perspective for you. Right? Mm-hmm. Jamaica was known as the crime capital for the year consistently for decades, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you're tackling head-on crime, do you expect that criminals will go out nicely? Do you think they'll come and lay down the guns nicely? Or will they put up a united front to ensure that the culture as to what they have done, right, to this country, they're going to go out with a bang? Don't you think these policemen will have a right to defend themselves in that case? And as such, that statistics will be higher.
Of course.
Hold on. Case in point. Do you know anything about El Salvador?
Of
Do you
course
know
I
El
know.
Salvador has curbed that?
Yes.
Hold on. Wouldn't the same statistics that you're saying may be skewed now be the same, but it reap the results as to what we're doing now? Yes or no?
No. Let me explain something to you.
No.
Hold on, man. No. Don't put words in my mouth. You see, crime, when it comes on to crime, any government that reduce crime, I give them credit towards it. And that is something I spoke.
You've never given the government
don't put any word in my mouth, sir. Don't put any word.
Okay, if you didn't, your comment said that the statistics is skewed.
No, according to statistics, right? The crime is down. Hold on, sir. Sir, you can't put any words in my mouth, you know.
Just hold on, teacher. Hold on. The crime is not down according to no damn statistics. The crime is either down or not down. Is the crime down?
Statistics say the crime is down.
I don't. What statistics?
The data shows that the crime is down.
Do you believe the statistics?
To a level.
I don't understand what that means. Do you believe the statistics? Because statistics don't tell the full story. Do you believe them?
To a level. There are crimes that don't report to the neighbor.
You say you're a teacher, sir?
Yes, I'm an educator, sir.
You teach students?
Of course I do.
Be careful, your students are listening to you.
But you can't put words in my mouth for me.
I'm not putting any words in your mouth.
What you want to believe me.
No,
you can't. Don't use my profession. Don't use my profession because I don't agree with you according to what you want me to say.
Sir, you are the one that said you're a teacher. I did not know.
I am a teacher.
And I'm saying to you, your students are listening to you. Be careful.
Yes, and I said according to statistics.
And I'm asking you, according to what you said, you believe it to an extent. To what extent you don't? You don't.
Why? Why I believe it to an extent? Because there are crimes that going on that is not being reported.
To what extent do you?
Because there are crimes that what happened is that, let me tell you about.
No, man, you don't need to tell. Is it likely that the statistics could be higher or lower?
Let's not go there.
This is not making a lot of sense. Anyway, I'm a little bit annoyed with this because. Anyway,
yeah, because that is you, neighbor. As long as somebody's not saying,
beg a minute with this
as long
gentleman.
as somebody's not
Please.
saying what you want to say, neighbor, let me tell you something.
Because I'm logical. I don't understand.
Yeah, that is you. That is you.
I don't
And that is
understand.
showing.
Hold
I
on
see
now.
you.
I don't understand what you're trying to say. You are saying that according to statistics. Okay? You don't because you are trying to what you are trying to do, O'Keefe, is to discredit the institution that puts out the statistics, because it is the same institution that put out the statistics when the murders were high, and you blame the government for it then. Okay? So why when it's low, you are talking about statistics? Isn't the same statistics that you used to say that Andrew Oles is a crime prime minister? Come on, man. Go ahead, Chops.
You see, neighbor, it is this level of dishonesty that sometimes get me very, very irritable when I have conversation with these guys. Because O'Keefe, who has reported on many platforms that he's a teacher, and well, he has said that. He has said that on many occasions, that he's an educator. And I have no reason to dispute that, right? But I'm simply saying, if you are an educator, you have a responsibility to behave as such. And
Yes,
what he's displaying here now, the level of, not even that. I mean, even if your students are not listening, an educator is an educator on and off the field, in and out the classroom.
Let me ask you this, Chops Peter, because he won't answer it. If you are going to say, according to the statistics, isn't the same people who are reporting the high murder figures are reporting the low ones?
Yes, and the thing is, I think O'Keefe is at a level, if he's truly an educator, he should be at a level where he can separate his political views from the reality around him. And I don't need any statistics to tell me that murders are down, right?
Yes.
I told you yesterday that St. James, Montego Bay in particular,
yes,
3 years ago, every single day, a minimum of 2 or 3, and in some cases 4 unaliving would have happened.
So who infests the crime? Who infests the crime in Montego Bay? Who infests the crime in
When you say who infests the crime?
Who infested the crime in Montego Bay?
Explain that to me,
because we can carry it down. Now we know who
hold on, sir.
I'm not going there.
No. O'Keefe, slow down. We're not into the quarreling. When you're over on the PNP platform, then you can quarrel. We're having a discussion as grown men and grown people, right?
Yes, one at a time. Go ahead.
When you say who infests the crime, explain to me what you mean by that.
The Jamaica Labour Party infest the crime into Western Jamaica, so they can keep. They know how to bring it down because they know they
infest the crime.
Yes,
the Jamaica Labour Party.
The Jamaica Labour Party, and I don't want to call any name.
Okay, all right. And the fact that they infest the crime, according to you, your words, they know how to reduce the crime.
Yes.
Okay. What evidence do you have to support that?
I am not going there, but I know.
Yeah, but if you're having a conversation, you must be willing to ventilate it to an extent that people can understand and appreciate the position you're taking.
When they
I think that most
people, so when they take a lot of these criminals from Kingston to Montego Bay, because they want to win. They want to win. A seat.
No.
O'Keefe. Lift the level of discourse, no, man. Lift the conversation, man. Sometimes I like to have conversation with comrades, But if you're going to go down into that sort of stuff, that is loose argument, loose conversation. That's why I don't come on.
What happened? You don't like to hear the truth.
Sir, you came on the platform. Hold on a second, O'Keefe, you came on the platform. Hold on, man. I'll give you an opportunity to speak the truth. You came on the platform and you said the government now go on with nothing not happening. And the gentleman, Harry, pointed out to you, then how could you say that when murders are down 50% or 48% or thereabout? And I'm asking you now, without even statistics, and to be honest, put aside the politics, you're second or two, man. Make a reason. Are you saying to me that without statistics, you are not seeing evidently in front of your own face that murders are down? Irrespective of who infests it and who has the ability to bring it down. Aren't you seeing that murders are down, O'Keefe?
According to statistics.
No, but you don't see it. Forget about statistics. You don't feel it in your neighborhood. You don't see it.
For the one, you know. We want.
But why you want to leave her? But O'Keefe, hold on, man.
Because we're not gonna go anywhere with it. We're not gonna go anywhere with that argument.
Hold on a second. We are getting somewhere because you said based on statistics and you're holding to that. And I'm holding to the statistics too. Neighbor has pointed out that the same statistic that tell us that it was high is the same statistics telling us that it is low now. So we agree on that. Okay? So let me ask you this. In terms of housing solutions in the country, this administration would have provided more housing solution than all the other administration.
Stop your rubbish. That's a rubbish. The rubbish. The most housing that have ever built under any government is the PJ Pattison administration in the 90s. Sir, don't you dare tell me.
Hold on a second, O'Keefe, just hang on a second. I'm going to give you the opportunity.
Hold on, man. No, man. We know why you carry me around the corner.
You're not carrying it around. You made a statement.
Allow me a chance. O'Keefe,
no, but you answer now. But you answer, O'Keefe. You answer now. You answer, and I'm you're right. And I'm saying, you said no. It's PJ Pattison, and I'm saying to you respectfully, just do a simple Google search, match the period that PJ Pattison was Prime Minister, and match it against the period that Andrew Holness has been Prime Minister, and let us just clear the air on what the answer is. But while we do that, let me carry another step further. Right? Yes. Simple. We don't have to argue, man. We can reason these things out like road. Right?
Yes.
So while we do the research, we're going to match the two period. And if I'm wrong, I'll say, okay, you are right. And if you are wrong, I'm expecting you to say you're correct. No, let me carry another step further. Right? There is the period, and I like to have these conversations with intelligent comrades. And I'm expecting that a teacher, an educator, is among the intelligent comrades. Right? So I'm giving that to you, O'Keefe. Since you know who infests the crime in Montego Bay, I'm giving that to you. Well, let me ask you this. Jamaica got independence in 1962. From 1962 up until 1972, Jamaica Labour Party ruled Jamaica, governed Jamaica. And between 1972 and 1980, the PNP governed Jamaica.
Yes.
Of those two particular periods, which contribute more to Jamaica positively? Is there, O'Keefe? Or is that a little bit too much for you to chew on?
PNP under the Michael Mann-led government contributed most to Jamaica.
So you're saying that between 72 and 80, the country did better than it did between 1962 and 1970.
According to policies that are benefiting Jamaican to the Michael Manley-led government.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. What was the economic growth in 1972?
It was 18.5, I think.
Percent.
Right.
That's when the PNP took office, correct?
Yes, 1972, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good. And when the PNP demit office in 1980, what was the economic growth?
I don't remember the economic growth when PNP left office, but I don't think it would be at this. It wouldn't be at the same. But I'm gonna let me tell you straight. What happened? Norman Manley was an excellent person, very bright.
Yes, sir. He's gone, neighbor. I don't know.
Oh, he's gone. I don't know what happened to him there. But you know, Chops Media, it's a bit of a waste of time still. I must tell you the truth. It's valuable airtime that is being used to spout nonsense. I mean,
but
apart from it being entertaining, what is the value?
So here's how I look at it, and perhaps I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. How I look at it is that if I can ask him these questions, which is not necessarily for him, because there are thousands of Jamaicans out there who are listening to him, and there are comrades out there who listens to him on a daily basis. And if we can get him to just expose the hypocrisy and the stupidity that exists in the minds of some of these guys, I think it's worth it.
But I think the danger, Chops, is that there is a narrative framing that is deliberate, and I think we need to call it out and counteract it. It's narrative framing, because when you come and talk about, you see, Chops, I think these guys are strategic, and I think they are They may very well be exploiting our program, you know. They may very well be exploiting our program.
But you see, it's only unless you allow them, because I would entertain them any day. Why? Because it's like you're going into China to exploit cheap labor, but China instead capitalize on copying everything that you brought and beat you at your own game. So they might come thinking that they can exploit your program with propaganda.
When you ask a man if crime is down in Jamaica, and he says according to statistics, that man is being dishonest. Quite frankly, that man is trying to be dishonest.
But you would have exposed that, because I think they are well-thinking Jamaicans. The same Jamaicans that you and Diane Harris spoke about yesterday, when we said that Jamaicans are now more rational thinkers than they were 10 years ago. Those are the Jamaicans who are listening to him, you know. And some of them are comrades too.
Yes.
Who will listen to him on a platform like this. When I said to him, let's compare the two periods, which I've already know. Any question I ask him, I already have the answer. So when I ask him to go and do a Google search, match the period that PJ was Prime Minister and the period that Andrew Holness is Prime Minister, and tell me who has produced the most housing solutions. Any Jamaican out there who's listening is going to do it. And they're going to prove to themselves that he's off.
Is he coming back, moderator? Is he coming back? I don't know. I don't know what happened to him.
I hope he will. I hope he will.
He won't come back, neighbor. He won't come back.
Oh, you're here, Chuck. What's happening? Hello?
I'm here, sir.
You said he won't come back.
Neighbor, I agree with Chapter. When you catch them one by one, you have to expose them stupidity.
By the way, what does he mean when he says that the government did what in Montego with the crime?
Infest the crime. And then will I ask him 3 times? And he's an educator. He's an educator.
People know a little bit more English than that, man. Infest.
I don't know.
But he's an educator. But he's an educator. Neighbor, he's an educator.
Well, that should.
He's an educator, neighbor.
That should say something to you. The government infest the crime.
Yes, sir. I asked him 3 times. I gave him every opportunity to correct the grammatical flaw in his statement.
I heard you trying to get him. Mr. Perkins with a laugh. The government infest the crime.
Oh God. Yes, sir. Oh gosh.
Neighbor, again, as Chap said, the evidence is there.
Yeah.
The level of crime in Montego Bay was founded at the feet of a man we then called Bebe, the father of the lotto scamming. Right? And that man was not only a supporter, but a donor to the People's National Party.
Is that so?
Right? Yes. Not just a supporter, but a donor, one of the major donors in St. James.
Yes.
For the party.
Yes.
Right? So
Yeah, but some of these conversations, when you catch them unaware and you get a chance to expose them, that's how you do it. Because when they are in their circle, when they have their circle of strength around them, they speak fluent, uninterrupted,
But
unchallenged.
think about neighbor, what he was spewing just now. If he was in his comfort zone where there's nobody to challenge it.
Imagine, sir.
They
have a field day.
He would have been yes.
But they don't have an audience. That's a problem. They don't have an audience.
And there's nobody there to question them, to say, prove your point. You're saying that things are not good, right? Prove it. And that's what I say to Comrade. When they come on a platform where there are Labour Party supporters or there are persons who support the government's initiatives, if you believe that what we are saying is incorrect, challenge it. Challenge it with facts. That's all I ask. Don't come with narratives.
Don't resort to disrespect and all of that, because that don't help.
Thank you, sir. It doesn't. So we ask them, just come with your facts. Come with your Google, come with your whatever app you have, and let's do the research live on air and debunk each other with facts. Because I stand on facts any day. And I've always said to your neighbor, and I've said to persons on the social media, that when I speak to young people in various areas, I don't have to convince them to come and vote for the Jamaica Labour Party. I just ask them, say, hey, look, you have a decision to make as a young individual. Yeah? And the best way to make that decision is to be informed. Jamaica got independence in 1962. Do the math. The JLP ruled those period, PNP ruled those period. Check them. Go and do your own research. Look, I promised a young fellow recently to assist them with some tuition assistance. And one of the things I asked them to do was to do a research and bring it back to me. I said, do a research from 1962 until 2007 on crime, on economic, and tell me what was the different periods. Bring it back to me in writing. And you can pick up your $50,000 for your tuition assistance. Because you want them to be educated.
I'd like you to comment on this though, chaps. Moving the conversation a little bit along. In terms of the narrative framing, because it's how I see it. I see that Wholeness is not going to be able to be beaten at the polls on performance. His own cabinet minister, Daryl Vance, who is a man that speaks the truth, is coming out telling the Observer that he's the best prime minister ever that we have ever had. Even if we say let history determines that in the coming years, but clearly, Chops Media, there is a narrative that is being framed in Jamaica. We saw it in the last election, that somehow Wholeness is not good, not to be trusted. They question in his house, they question in his leadership, they question in his salary, they question everything about it. Let me ask you, is there a hidden architecture of influence in Jamaica that most of us never see, but that it is shaping everything that we are seeing?
It existed, and I said existed deliberately, because I think that has somewhat been removed or partially removed. There was that group, there was that thinking that persons like Andrew Holness would not be deserving of becoming Prime Minister of Jamaica, number one. And two, no one expected him to perform the way he has.
Yes.
And that elite group of persons, that ideology would have been debunked, one, by winning a third term and his performance overall.
But you don't think it is lingering, because when the leader of the opposition keeps raising his salary, you don't think this is where it is coming from? Because it can't be that it is on any ethics or any moral or any value. Everybody else has accepted this.
But you see, you have to listen to these guys when they're speaking on neighbor. I remember having a conversation with one of the on one of the platforms with comrades, And I remember when I asked about persons with money, and I said
Yes.
to them that Andrew Holness' net worth is a fraction of what Mark Golden is. And when you weigh the two of them, it is unfair for us to even have a discussion because what he's making as Prime Minister is nothing compared to what exists in one of Mark Golden's bank account. You know what
Say
the
that
gentleman
again.
said to me?
Say that again. Is that really true?
It is a fact, 100%. And when I said to them that we shouldn't even be having this discussion because when you look at the reports, Andrew Holness's total net worth is a fraction of what the opposition leader's net worth is.
In other words, he may never be as wealthy as Golden.
Never. Even if he were to double his net worth on a yearly basis, because it means that Mark Golden would also double his too. If the playing field is anywhere close to level, he would have been doubling his too. Remember now, you're talking about, just look at one transaction. If you just look at one single transaction with the opposition leader in his private capacity, and I'm not questioning whether or not it is legitimate or not, but I'm just looking at what the fact says out there. The sale of one of his one of the deals on one of the portfolios that he held, when that was disbursed off, you know how much money he got? And that's public record. That's peanuts compared to what Andrew total net worth is. But nobody questioned that. And I'm bringing this up, neighbor, because when the question was asked, about why is it that you're talking about Andrew's money, but you don't want to talk about Mark Golden money, the gentleman said to me that Mark Golden have money long time. Mark Golden, we not worry about Mark Golden have money long time. Andrew, who just coming up politics, we must worry about. Andrew, who live in a one bedroom, how he get so much money? That was the exact words.
Chap, just allow me to inject a little something right here.
Yes. And Harry, hold on, let me just Chuck, 1 second, let me just say, Harry, I don't mean to, because I like listen to Harry, you know. Harry's way of analyzing these things sometimes is very subtle and deadly, you know. So Harry, feel free to jump in, my brother, please.
I have the same conversation with the same O'Keefe that was here, neighbor. Same O'Keefe, the same conversation about the two gentlemen money. And O'Keefe said to me, neighbor, it is okay for Mark Golden to have money because he's white.
Yes.
Neighbor O'Keefe Sanders, where just the day here, so said that to me. It is okay for Mark Golden to have him white. The color in skin
entitles him
to have. But the color and jewel skin tell you say if him have, I must sit around in to forget it.
But let me point out something to you while you're on that, neighbor, because some of these things people don't know. A lot of people don't know that during the period when the opposition was parading throughout Jamaica and talking about uncertified statutory declarations, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Nobody ever talk about the fact that there were items held by Golden that were not on his statutory declaration. Remember now, you know, what I'm saying to you is what is in the public domain.
Well, I know
in other
you to
words,
be a responsible person. Yes.
For example, the address that is on the declaration itself was not calculated in the declaration, you know. It is, yes, it's been discussed. It was discussed, was highlighted when Zara Burton from 18 degrees north. Yes. Yeah, you remember that, Harry? When she highlighted it, and I brought it up on Cliff Hughes as well. Right? Until now, that has not been addressed, you know. But nobody wants to talk about it. Just imagine the things that Golden would have said throughout his political campaign. And if Andrew were to say some of these things, what do you think would have happened to him?
Oh my God.
So it tells me that what you're saying there, it actually does exist. It
Yeah.
has somewhat been debunked.